Hello, how are you? This is Kay. Welcome back to my another live stream on my YouTube channel. So today is the 3rd of December on Sunday. So I hope you're having a great weekend. So as weekly topic on Sundays, I will be sharing my weekly forecast on my Forex pairs, my watch list first. I have 21 pairs on my watch list, so I will cover them first. And then I will cover gold, WTI, and indices, and also BTC USD, and also some news this week. So I have lots of topics to cover today. But before that, let me say hi to everyone and see who's here and what's happening over here in the chat. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, video gaming, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Konbanwa. Yes, good evening. All right, and Edward, good to see you. And Ashok, thank you for joining. Kevin, good to see you again. And Costa, good to see you too. All right, and thank you very much for reminding the like button. Thank you very much. And James and John, good to see you. All right, and Bring It On, good to see you. Easy. Thank you for joining. And Dinesh and Shannon, good to see you also. Okay, and Force, thank you for joining as well. Good to see you here. And Photo and Gan, good to see you. All right, and Augustine, Nazez, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Lots of comments today as well. All right, Martin, good to see you. And Derek, good to see you again. Thank you very much for joining. Yes, I'm feeling much better now. Thank you very much for joining. My condition is almost above the Kumo. So it's almost bullish trend. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, Alpar, good to see you. And Abdul, thank you for joining. Regen, good to see you. Glenn and Francine, good to see you too. All right, Marbosa, good to see you. And Ajay, good to see you too. Good morning. Thank you for joining. And Frankie and Ben and everyone, great to see you here. Okay, so, all right, let me now switch the screen. And I would like to have two announcements. One is that the GTS, the Global Training School in January 2024 is now open and 3 seats available. So please let me know if you're interested. This is a 3-month training course which opens in January. You can actually see the details on the below description. And if you'd like to join, please let me know by email and I can give you some next steps. And also the second announcement is this one. In terms of the social media, I have YouTube, this one, and also my second YouTube channel where I post my lives in general, not about the trading, but also this is about my personal life in general. So I have 2 YouTube accounts, and then X and Facebook and Instagram. So please make sure that you're following the right accounts. Looks like there are so many fake accounts of myself in social media, so please be careful. And also I never do Telegram, I never do TikTok. So if you see me on one of these social medias, they're all fake. So please be careful. Okay. All right, Bruce, thanks for joining. And Robert, good to see you. Okay, so now let me move on to my analysis. So first, let me open TradingView. So first, let me share my analysis from Euro USD all the way down to Swiss franc JPY. I have 21 pairs on my watch list, so let me first cover these. Okay, so as usual, let me cover on the weekly time frame. So Euro USD weekly time frame, Kumo has twisted bullish. And now, oops, sorry. I thought it's bullish, but this is actually bearish Kumo. And Kumo itself has been too tiny, too small. So this Kumo twist is not trustable. So that means the market continues range. And last week was bearish bar, and now it touching the Kijun Sen and Chikou span is way too close to the candlesticks. So to me, this is range and there is no direction. So we cannot really tell which way it's going this week. So let me just skip this one and move on. The next one, Euro JPY. Right, Euro JPY is now retracing basically. So for the last couple of weeks, it has been bullish. But once it touched 164, the round number, then last week it got sold very much. So now I take out my arrow up, and in this case, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat. That means if the market breaks the Tenkan Sen this week, if the market breaks the Tenkan Sen this week, then I think it reaches down to the Kijun Sen. So Kijun Sen will be the target in this case, which is 156.45. And we have a potential pips of about 310 to trade. So Euro JPY to me is bearish in the short term. So I put arrow down like this way. And if I see downtrend in the middle of the week, I look for the selling opportunities. Okay, again, Euro JPY is now retracing and it may be good to sell. But again, you might want to wait for the breakout of the Tenkan Sen, which is 159.31. Because when Tenkan Sen flat, Tenkan Sen retracement is also inactive. So that means the market may be supported by the Tenkan Sen and goes bullish also. So the best scenario is to break out of 159.31 and then target 156.45. Also, there was a previous resistance level here too. So yeah, it may be better to wait for the breakout of the Tenkan Sen and then follow downtrend. So that's the Euro JPY. Next one is the Euro CAD. Euro CAD has been completely ranging now. And this one is also retraced to Kumo and it's almost touching the Kijun Sen. So in this case, I take out this resistance zone because it's no more active. And I will delete these lines and this is now pure range. So for the last 2 weeks, the market has been bearish. So this week, I think it goes down also. But since the market goes into Kumo and Kijun Sen is really close, Euro CAD may not be the best pair to trade. Even if you sell, you may not be able to run good profits. So next one is Euro AUD. Euro AUD looks better than other Euro pairs because it broke the Kijun Sen already and it broke the previous support level 1.6314 and downtrend seems to be more aggressive than other Euro pairs so far. So the target in this case is now on the Kumo Senko Span A. So Euro AUD, when I see downtrend in the lower time frames, I follow it and see if I can capture any good pips to sell. In this case, I never buy. I will be looking for the selling opportunities. Okay, next is the Euro Pound. Euro Pound was also bearish last week, but it also broke the Kijun Sen, and then now this is range. Kumo is flat, Kijun Sen flat, right? And Chikou span is now touching. So this is actually called the Chikou span trace. This is one of the Ichimoku original strategies. Chikou span is keep following the candlesticks. And Chikou span is touching here. And next week, from a Chikou span viewpoint, it's bearish. So that means I think the market reaches the support level or support zone around 0.8504 this week. So we can expect potential pips of about 46 or up to 50 pips to trade, which is not that much. So Euro Pound may not be the best pair to trade. The best option is to wait for the breakout of the support level and then take sell. So I will just keep my arrow down below the support and see if it breaks this week. So next is the Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc was also a big bearish bar last week. Last week alone, the market went down 213 pips. It was a nicely strong downtrend. And now it broke the Tenkan-sen and it's about to break the support level too. In this case, there were like two supports on 0.9418. That's one of the supports from the 16th of October. And the second support was from the week of the 26th of September last year. So in this case, it's better to wait for that breakout and sell. So to remind that, I put arrow down below the support level like this. So again, Euro AUD and Euro AUD may be the best one. And then Euro Pound, Euro Swiss franc, you might want to wait for the break of the support. And Euro CAD is bearish, but it's range, still within the Kumo. Euro AUD was, it's above the Kumo too still, but the target is on the Kumo. So this one, I think it's a bit better than other ones. And Euro JPY is above Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen. So yeah, Euro JPY retracement can be the strongest among the Euro pairs. Okay, so let me move on pound-based pairs now. So first, Pound USD. Pound USD looks very nice because it's bullish and it broke the Kijun-sen last week. So now it's bullish. The target is 1.3140. So I put arrow up like this. And once the market reaches a resistance, then Kijun-sen most likely remains flat. Then it traces back to Kijun-sen. In this case, the Kijun-sen becomes the middle price or the mean of the market. And most likely the market goes through up and down through the Kijun-sen like this. So now it's bullish. Pound USD is, I think, one of the good pairs to buy. So next one is the Pound JPY. Pound JPY has been bullish also, but it's been resisted on 188.84. So since Kumo is bullish, Kijun-sen is bullish also, the price above the Tenkan-sen, and Chikou span above the candles, I continue to look for buying opportunities. So now I put the arrow up like this, so that because the previous resistance was 186.69, this time it may be supported and goes bullish. So I continue to look for buying opportunities on Pound JPY. Okay, next is the Pound CAD. Pound CAD is more range than bullish trend because Kumo's getting extremely smaller, thinner. Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen is being flat. Chikou span is also very close. So last week the market touched the descending trend line on the yellow descending trend line, and this week might be a retracement. If you zoom out the market, then you see that it has been resisted by this descending trend line many times. So this is now still bearish in a bigger picture. So the best option is to wait for the doji breakout bearish, which is 1.7042. If the market breaks the doji bearish, then the target is going to be on the weekly Kijun-sen. The target is going to be on 1.6849, and we can expect the pips of about 200, about 180 pips or so to capture. So this is also in a short-term basis, but my view is rather bearish. I think the market will be resisted, then goes bearish, and retrace to Kijun-sen. Kijun-sen is flat also, so this is where the Kijun-sen retracement is still in place. So that's pound CAD analysis. And next is a pound AUD. Pound AUD has been completely ranging now. There is no direction. Kumo flat, Kijun-sen flat. There was a Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross. That means this is the end of uptrend, and now the market is in range. Chikou span is also very close to candles. So the market is definitely losing the direction. So I will take out all these arrows and I wait for the next direction on the market. So next is the pound Swiss franc. This pair is also completely range. No direction, no trace. So now moving on to USD based pairs. So first, USDJPY. This pair is now retracing. After reaching a 151.9 area, it has been retracing. So my view is now downtrend bearish. So Kijun-sen flat also. So in this case, I think the market reaches 144.57 within this week, and we can expect the pips of about 200 pips to capture. So yeah, when I see downtrend this week, I follow downtrend and sell. There was also previous resistance level here, so I think it's reasonable to think that 154.57 will be the target. So I put arrow down like this way and monitor chart. Okay, so seems like JPY pairs are now retracing. So let's see. So now next one is the USD-CAD. This pair retraced Kijun-sen as expected. I think I mentioned this last week, but the market reached 1.3496 last week. So now Kijun-sen is flat, so we can create some scenarios. The market may be supported by the Kijun-sen and goes up. In that case, the target is going to be on the resistance area, which is 1.3898. But if the market continues bearish, then it goes into Kumo and the market potentially goes down to 1.3381. So that means in the short term, it's going to be bearish. If it breaks the support level, then it breaks Kumo and it can go down to here, 1.3092. That's going to be an ultimate target. But let's see if the market first reaches and breaks 1.3381. So now it's bearish. In the long term, in the short term, in the lower time frames, USD-CAD is downtrend. So let's see if that continues this week. So next is USD-Swiss franc. This pair is also bearish in the short term. So as expected, the market goes bearish. Now the target is 0.8555. So we can expect the potential pips of 130 pips. 130 pips to capture. So we will see. So USD-Swiss franc is now bearish in the short term. Okay. And then AUD-USD is now bullish. Last week was bullish. It broke the Kijun-sen, but then, as you can see, the market is touching the descending trend line, yellow descending trend line. So my view is rather bearish still. It's bearish. If the market goes downtrend, this week I follow bearish trend. But if the market breaks the descending trend lines, there is a Kumo on the weekly chart. So until the Kumo breaks, I think it ranges or it becomes spiky, then eventually goes bullish. So for now, I think Monday, Tuesday will be bearish and see if the market goes down. Then follow downtrend after that. So yeah, I don't think I will trade AUD USD this week. Just monitor and see how it plays out. And next is AUDJPY. Okay, AUDJPY is still bullish to me because Kumo Senko span is up, Kijun Sen is also up, Chikou span above the candles, and the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger. So it's bullish. And also, like I mentioned last week, weekly forecast, the market is within the inside bar. As highlighted by yellow lines, the high and low of the candlestick on the week of the 13th of November has been including 2 candlesticks so far. So the best option is to wait for the breakout of this inside, which is 98.57. Then I think the market takes off bullish nicely. The potential target is 101.35. So let's see if it happens. To the resistance, there is only like a 70 pips or so. So it may break Monday, Tuesday. So we'll see. Once it does, once it breaks the resistance, AUDJPY is going to be one of the best pairs to trade. So next is AUDCAD. AUDCAD is now also becoming bullish in the short term, but Chikou span is touching, the Kumo's up there, so the market still may be a bit tricky. It may be range. So better to wait for the breakout of the Kumo and buy, right, on AUDCAD. But I think the market breaks Kumo this week or next week because the part of the Kumo here is very thin. And whenever you see the thin Kumo, it's easier for the market to penetrate and breaks. But when the Kumo thick like this, it takes time to break. That means it becomes range until it breaks bullish. So I think the market, once the market reaches the Kumo, I think it breaks and goes bullish, and I think it will be easier for us to capture bullish trend. You can actually see these examples many times. Like in the past here, the Kumo was thin, and you can see that the market breaks the Kumo within a week. And it retraced, but then it continues bullish. But this part, the Kumo was very thick. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks to break. Then it spikes and then eventually goes bearish. So that means here the Kumo is thin. So once it breaks this week or next week, then we can expect some nice bullish trend within the week of December or January. So yeah, let's wait for the breakout of the Kumo on AUDCAD on the weekly chart and see how it plays out. Okay, so next is AUD franc. Okay, AUD franc is now in the descending P wave, as I highlighted last week, and still within the descending P wave. And last week was a doji. Doji is where the very tiny body and long wick up and down. So last week was a doji, and it's within the descending P wave, descending triangle. That means if the market breaks the doji support 0.5757, then I follow downtrend and expect the market goes down to the area 0.5608. That is the potential scenario. But if the market breaks the P wave bullish, then I think it becomes range. So the only tradable option for AUD Swiss franc is downtrend to sell. So I wait for the breakout of 0.5757 and see how it plays out. Once it breaks, the potential pips I can expect is 150 to 0.5608. So we will see on this one. Now the Kumo is bearish. Senko span A angle is now bearish. Chikou span below candles. So yeah, it's very possible that the market breaks a doji bearish and goes downtrend this week. Okay, next is CADJPY. Right, CADJPY is still bullish because the Kumo Senko span A is up, Kijun Sen is also up, Chikou span above the candles too. But it has been range for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. So we never know when it breaks. It may keep ranging the months of December or January. So we'll see when it breaks. But at least now, Kijun Sen is getting closer to the candles, which is one of the signs of the potential breakout. Once the market touches Kijun Sen, then it will be supported, and then buyers will come in, and then the market breaks bullish. So I continue to look for buying opportunities until it breaks that resistance level. So CAD-JPY is bullish to me still. Once it breaks a resistance area, then the target is 116.86. That's an ultimate target. About 600 pips to capture. So next is CAD Swiss franc. This pair is now bearish. Yeah, CAD Swiss franc, this pair is now bearish because the Kumo is down. Both Senko span B down, Senko span A down. Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both bearish, and Chikou span below candles. So I think the market goes bearish continuously. It just broke the support level of 0.6460, and last week it almost reached the round number of 0.64. So now this week's target is 0.6300, which is the next round number. So to me, it's bearish. I continue to look for the selling opportunities on CAD Swiss franc. Okay. And then finally, Swiss franc JPY, which is also on my watch list. This pair has been bullish still. The Kumo is bullish. It's not too thin, but rather the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger, which is a good sign for the new continuous uptrend. And then Senko span A is up, Kijun Sen is up, price above the Tenkan Sen, and Chikou span above candles. So it's almost reaching 171. Right, 171 in this case is a target, and then 172 and so on. So this is all-time high now. So if you don't see any previous resistances, then these round numbers or exact numbers are going to be the next targets. So that completed my analysis on the Forex pairs. So now let me move on to gold and also WTI. Again, I see so many comments, so thank you very much for joining everyone. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great weekend. Okay, so let me move on commodity, and first XAUUSD. Okay, so XAUUSD gold is now bullish. I hope you captured some nice bullish trend last week as expected, but then now it broke the resistance level of 2067.45. So to me it's bullish. It's a bullish trend. The only thing is that the weekly Kumo is too thin, so this week may be a retracement. It may retrace to 2009.28, then goes bullish. This is one of the scenarios still. However, it may be bullish this week. It continues bullish to about 2120, 2120 is going to be the, I think, the target in this case. 2120, let me just put this one here. Once the market reaches there, then it will be resisted, then goes bullish again. But either way, in the long term it's bullish, so yeah, gold is, I think, a good timing to look for the new opportunities. Now this is reaching the swing high, so there is like 1, 2, 3 touches from the week of the 3rd of August 2020, and also from the week of the 7th of March 2022, and then the resistance from the week of the 1st of May this year. So yeah, let me take it back. There are 3 touches, so I think the market retraces, and Kumo's too thin. So I don't think the market continues bullish, but rather this week may be a retracement. So I think this scenario is more, likely to happen. So, but either way, I think the market reaches 2020. So let's see if that happens. Okay, so next is WTI, US oil. So WTI has been ranging still within the Kumo, its range, but after the breakout of this inside bar and the Kijun-sen, gradually it's going down. So now we have a new inside from the week of the 13th of November. So once it breaks this new inside, then I think it reaches 66.92. So this is now downtrend. Okay, that's WTI. So now let me move on indices. So first, Nikkei 225. Nikkei is near the resistance, and then now Senko span B is flat, Senko span A is flat, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen both flat, and Chikou span is very close. So this is now range. I think the market retraces to Kijun-sen for the next couple of weeks. So let me put arrow down like this way. And target is here on the weekly Kijun-sen, which is 32,191. I think the market will be resisted and then retraces. Okay, next is Dow Jones. Dow Jones was bullish. Yeah, and it broke the major resistance level, 35,672, as expected also. So now the next target is going to be on 36,983. So I put arrow up like this way. However, the Kumo is very thin, and Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen together now. So that means this one is overbought. So that means the market may retrace to 35,668. So I think the scenario of the retracement is more likely to happen, and then reaches 37,000 area. Yeah, so always watch the Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and also Kumo situations in these markets. Okay, and let me look into Nasdaq. Nasdaq also broke the resistance, and then Nasdaq is more stably bullish than Dow Jones, because at least Nasdaq Kumo is much thicker than Dow Jones, and also Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen together, but the angle of the Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen is more easier than Dow Jones. And last week was doji, Chikou span above the candles. So if the market breaks the previous week's resistance, which is 16,165, then this market I think takes off more stably than Dow Jones. And once it does, the potential target is up to here, 16,780. So yeah, I think Nasdaq looks better than Dow Jones because it's more stably bullish. Okay, so next one is S&P 500. So S&P 500 is more range. In terms of Ichimoku, on the weekly, yes, Kumo is bullish, but Senko Span A is still below the previous Senko Span A level. So that means overall Kumo is still flat. It's a flat Kumo, flat Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen, Gold Cross is not happening yet. Chikou Span above candles, but due to this Kijun Sen flatness and Kumo flatness, in this case, the market could be resisted by 46.05 and retrace, then bounce and goes up. There was a previous resistance level here on 45.40, so the market may retrace there and then goes bullish. By the time the market retraces 45.40, then Senko Span A may break the previous Senko Span A level, Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen, maybe gold crossing, then that will be better scenario to buy. So among the US indices, Dow Jones looks overbought, Nasdaq is better situation, and also S&P may retrace also. So that's US indices analysis. So now moving on to Euro Stocks 50. Euro Stocks has been bullish also, but overall still range. Kumo is still flat overall, Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen below Kijun Sen, and Chikou Span is still very close. So yes, it has been bullish for the last couple of weeks, but then we never know when it retraces. It may retrace this week or next week, so just watch out. And FTSE 100 is completely ranging still. It's within the Kumo, Chikou Span touching, Kumo flat, so no trend still. CAC France is bullish because it broke the descending trend line, but Chikou Span touching, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen below Kijun Sen, so the market may retrace anytime. And German 40 was bullish, but same as Euro Stocks, still Kijun Sen is flat, Chikou Span very close, and Kumo still flat. So the market may be resisted on 16,529 and then retrace this week. And next is the Nifty chart. Nifty is now bullish. So as expected also, the market after the breakout of this inside, right, the market broke the Tenkan Sen and now it's in a bullish mode. And it broke the resistance of 20,229. So now the target is the next run number, which is 21,000. So I keep my arrow up like this, and this is now all-time high. Nifty 50 is now all-time high, but this one is not overbought. It's not an overbought because Senko Span A is up, and Kumo is thick and big, and Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen was gold crossing, and Chikou Span above candles. So I think the market goes up continuously. It's not an overbought. Okay, next is AU200. This one is range. Chikou Span touching, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat. So there's no trend, no trace. And finally, Hansen Index has been bearish continuously because Kijun Sen is now down, Kumo is bearish, Chikou Span below candles. So I keep my arrow down until it reaches 14,599, which is the previous high, previous low from the 31st of October last year. Okay, so that's my analysis on indices. Okay, and now let me move on to Bitcoin, BTC USD, because I know some of you trade cryptos. I never trade cryptos, so this is just for your reference. But BTC USD, on a weekly time frame, it's bullish still. The Kumo is bullish, is getting thicker and bigger. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen are also pointing up, and Chikou span above the candles. So now it's bullish. I think the market reaches 48,234. So, and it looks like now it broke the doji bullish. So yeah, seems like it's continuously bullish. That's BTC USD. Okay, so now let me cover news for this week. So I will choose this week and click apply. And then on Monday, we have a CPI in Switzerland and ECB President Lagarde's speech in Euro. And then technically on Tuesday morning in Asian session, there will be CPI in Japan. And then also rate statement in Australia, interest rate decision on Australia, and also ISM services PMI in the US. Okay, since this is the first week of the month, we have lots of big news every day, so just watch out. Wednesday, December 6th, we have gross domestic product in Australia, retail sales in Euro, and ADP employment change in the US, which can impact big in the market. And then also interest rate decision in Canada too. Thursday, December 7th, we have trade balance in Australia, and then GDP report in Euro, and technically Friday morning, we have another GDP in Japan, and harmonized CPI in Germany, and also the most difficult, the most important is non-farm payrolls in the US on Friday, and Michigan sentiment report in the US also. So again, next week we have lots of big news, so just watch out. Right before the news, never trade, because we never know which way the market goes after that. So that covers the whole topics for today. Okay, so now let me see some comments today. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great Friday. Weekend. And for me, I have recovered, I would say 80%. So I'm fully charged now. Okay, thank you very much for those who made comments about my health condition. All right, Tony, good to see you. And Ollie also, thank you for joining. And thank you for the reminder for the like button. If you enjoy so far, please press like button before you leave. That would be great so that it keeps me going. Thank you very much. Mr. Fernandez, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. And Homan, good to see you also. Right, NZJPY, let me quickly check. For NZJPY, let me see. Okay. Right, NZJPY is also bullish. Looks like it broke the resistance zone, and now it's reaching 92.48. So yeah, it's bullish. I like this Kumo on the weekly chart. It's getting thicker. Sorry, I forgot to share the chart. Right, so like this. Here's New Zealand JPY weekly chart. The Kumo is getting thicker and bigger, so it's continuously bullish trend. All right, TikTok, good to see you. Kutub, good to see you also. Riyadh, good to see you also. Yes, it's safe to trade in December. Yes, December, we have lots of big trends, so you can still, look for some opportunities. Okay, Ollie says, kindly create a scenario using Fibonacci retracement on pound JPY. Fibonacci retracement on pound JPY, I don't use Fibonacci in this case, but rather I take the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen retracement because they are flat. Especially Kijun-sen, especially the blue Tenkan-sen is flat. So the market may retrace to Tenkan-sen and goes up. Or it may retrace exactly here, 186.69 and then goes bullish. In this case, I don't use the Fibonacci. Okay. In lower time frames, I do use Fibonacci, but in higher time frames, I prefer to use the resistance support and also Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen for the retracements. Okay. Let's see. Let me check some other comments. Y says, how can we know which candle we have to wait to close in which time frame? It depends on which resistance the market has been respecting. So like this one, there was a resistance here, 186.69. So you can wait for the breakout of the weekly resistance. But if this resistance is seen on the lower time frames, you'd wait for the breakout. So it depends on which resistance time frame you're looking at. Okay, Juin says rate of 30-40% flipping a coin is higher chance, which is 50%. Just simple guess, like a coin toss, stay with your risk and psychology management and win more. Then why do you feel satisfied with your win rate? Just simple guess, like a coin toss, stay with your risk and psychology management and win more. Oh, you mean the win rate? Win rate of 30-40%. Oh, that's because I exit with the small drawdowns. So I don't take 50-50 risk-reward ratio, that's why. If my risk-reward ratio is 50-50, then I better have higher win rate, higher than 50% win rate, right? In order for me to keep winning, keep making profits. But my risk and reward ratio is 1-3 to 1-5 overall. And that's why my win rate can be 30-40%. In terms of the exit timings with the losses, I exit very early timings. My drawdowns are kept less than 1%, around 1% is my drawdowns. And that's why. Yeah, so I don't fix my risk-reward ratio. So that's why. Okay, yes, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Right. Okay, so I think I have covered almost all the comments now. Silver, please. All right, silver market. Let's see, XAG USD. Silver for the last 3 weeks has been bullish, and Kumo is too small. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen within the Kumo. So that means this one is overbought. Yeah, the market may be resisted by one of these levels. It broke 25.249, but this week it may range. It may be a doji or small retracement this week because of this small Kumo, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen within the Kumo too. And once Kumo becomes thicker and bigger, that's when the market starts to be moving bullish, I think. Or even if the market reaches the resistance this week, it may retrace anyways and then breaks. So I think the bottom line on this one is to just watch out on retracement anytime. Yeah, I think that's my comment on this one. Yeah, but I think gold is much better. Gold is better to trade. It broke the resistance of 2067.45, and then it has 3 resistances nearby. So if it breaks the resistance zone this week, then I think it reaches 2120, which is the next run number target. So yeah, gold would be better to trade than silver, I think. Silver is more range and more choppy than gold to me. Yeah, I can see more bullish trend in gold than silver in this case. Okay, let me check some other comments. Marbrose says, did you went through an agent when setting up in a free zone? Do you recommend anyone? Oh, you mean company in Dubai, you mean? I did it myself, actually. I had asked some advices from the agent, but basically I did it myself because it wasn't that difficult. And I was able to do it online. So yeah, that's how I did it. Frankie says, could you please show an example of your idea A plus bullish setup on any chart? There's no like ideal setup for me. Whenever I see markets, I analyze, I check the Ichimoku situations, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Kumo, Chikou span, and the candlesticks, and I trade accordingly. So for me, there is no ideal situations. Okay, so I guess I will finish the live because I have to leave in about 10 minutes. So yeah. Okay. Oh, can you review oil chart? Okay, let me quickly review. Just hold on. You mean WTI? For WTI, I have already reviewed it. This is now within the Kumo on the weekly chart, and you better wait for the breakout of this inside bar. And I think the market reaches 66.92. Yeah, that's a potential scenario. Now the price is within the Kumo, so that means we never know how many weeks or month even the market keeps ranging. I say, you know, it may break, but the only thing is that we never know how many weeks it takes for the breakout. So yeah, just continue to monitor, and whenever it breaks here 72.11, then I think that will be a nice selling opportunity on this one. Okay. Oh, moving soon. Okay, yeah. Just let me know. Just reach me by email because this YouTube is more about trading, Forex, or trading Ichimoku. So if you have any questions besides trading, please let me know by email. I think that would be better to stick to the topic here. Okay. All right, Frankie, you're welcome. QTube says, how much your experience in Forex? So this year is my 10th year. Next year is gonna be my 11th year in my Forex journey. Time flies. Time really flies. I never expected that I will be doing trading for such a long time. But now I decided to do it my lifetime. I won't quit trading because every time I trade, every time I look back my journey, I learn something. I learn big always, and I like this process of learning myself. So yeah, I continue my journey and continue my journey to share my knowledge in my YouTube. So hopefully you learn something new out of my videos or lives in my YouTube also. Okay, so with that being said, I think I finished the live now. So again, thank you very much for joining today. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you soon. So until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Okay, bye for now everyone. Mata ne. Thank you very much.